welcome to my pocket knife collection. In this video, I'm going to showcase my collection of pocket knives and a couple special knives that are in my collection. We'll start from my least carried knife to my most carried knife. Let's get into it. Okay, so we'll start with my least carried knife, and this was a knife that was given to us from Grandpa. Grandpa gave 3 of these to all 3 of my boys, and believe it or not, we actually took them out last year and camped with them. And this is pretty much what happens when you let 3 little boys help you out with your camping jobs. This is pretty special. I got all 3 of them that I'll be passing down to my boys when they're older. I'm sure they'll be super appreciated when they're older. I'll take that guy off. This is a simple Ozark collection knife, Walmart knife. This knife's actually really special to me. And it's actually like the quality, even though I'm sure it's made in China, everything's made in China, it's super nice. My mom bought this for me. I believe it was for Father's Day, probably like 3 years ago. And I've actually enjoyed carrying it, believe it or not. It's pretty light. I would say it's pretty much the same size as my Spyderco Paramilitary 2. But yeah, with that being said, this Ozark trail knife, I mean, as you can see, it's not the easiest to open, but the knife does stay super sharp and it sharpens really easy. So yeah, that's a cheapy but goodie, priceless in my collection because my mother gifted it to me. This is a special one. This was also gifted from Grandpa. I don't know if it's just like a flea market knife or one of those knife shops that you visit up in the mountains, but this freaking knife is so special to me. Grandpa specifically handed it down to me, and it's actually really special to me. Check her out. So supposedly he used it for hunting, which I could totally believe because this knife is super sharp. I've sharpened it a time or two, but yeah, it's definitely an old school. I forget the type of lock these are called. Put it in the comments if you guys know what the type of lock this is called. I think it might be called a slip joint. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, this knife will always be close to my heart. And the little sheath that it comes with is actually pretty nice. It's leather, and it's actually, I've worn it a couple times out camping, and it holds up pretty well. We'll go to my Benchmade Mini Barrage. This knife was gifted to me from my wife back, I want to say about 8 years ago. This baby has some wear on it. This knife is actually super special to me. I believe my wife bought this for me before our first son was born. But yeah, this knife has the CPM 154 steel, and I've used this knife pretty much since the beginning of my marriage and pretty much just beginning of my fatherhood. I've used it for everything from camping to fishing, prepping stuff in the kitchen, literally everything. It's been my everyday carry for probably the longest out of all of my knives. Yeah, this knife is always going to be special. Now we'll go to my Spyderco Paramilitary 2. And this was also a gift. My cousin gifted this to me back in, I want to say it was like 2017 or 2018. I don't remember. I think it was before I bought my first home, and that was back in 2019. So it was sometime before 2019. Yeah, we went to the Spyderco factory here in Colorado. Now, this knife has seen everything also, just like my Benchmade has. Everywhere from gutting fish to everyday carry out work, just literally put it through the ringer, and it has held up really well. I will say this much though, with the S30V still, I'm not the best sharpener in the world, but it is a little difficult for me to sharpen. So yeah, with that being said, keep that in mind if you guys are looking to buy this guy. Mind you, I use this Spyderco sharpening kit, so I don't have the best gear, but yeah, if you guys know how to sharpen it with this a little better, give me some advice. Yeah, that's a special one. This knife is really sweet. This is a buck knife. Bought this actually on our way to go camping over in Leadville, Colorado. We needed a fixed blade on the way over there, so we stopped at Walmart on the way over there and bought this guy. I've owned this for about 4 years. This knife is actually super sweet. I've pretty much done everything from getting the stuff to make a fire, to actually chopping down wood, to slicing up potatoes and vegetables and cutting steaks. I smoke a lot of food, so having the longer blade with the belly up here, it's actually kind of nice when you have to go and make the longer cuts. The pointy tip is also super nice. You can get in to some pretty precise places. I think we got this for like 50 or 60 bucks. This is the Buck 119 plus. But yeah, you can see this thing's been used up good. Yeah, this will always hold a special place in my heart too, because this was pretty much passed around at the camping trip up in Leadville. Yeah, nice, sweet. Okay, now time for a pocket check. So this has been my most desirable knife to carry since my wife bought it for me back. I want to say I've owned it for like 2 or 3 years. She bought it for me for Father's Day. Benchmade Claymore. Yeah, buddy. Since Benchmade released these knives back in 2020 or 2021, I don't remember when these came out. I wanted one so bad just because of how hyped up the automatic assist was, or I'm sorry, automatic open. And now that it's legal in Colorado, it's been definitely a knife that I've favored since my wife has bought it for me. But yeah, I've owned it for quite a bit of time. I will tell you, this knife is pretty difficult to sharpen. Not as difficult as the S30V steel. I don't know what it is. You guys let me know in the comments if you guys have any input to put on that. But yeah, I've sharpened it a few times. I've oiled and took care of the moving parts in here. I haven't took it apart yet, but yeah, this knife has been pretty freaking sweet. I've used it, same thing as pretty much everything everywhere from collecting firewood to getting produce going, trimming up steak, cutting steak, anything you could think of, this knife has been through. And it's still actually my #1 carry knife to this day. But yeah, that's pretty much my whole collection in a nutshell. I don't have too many, like I said. I have enough for what I need and plus more. So yeah, if you guys have any of the same knives that I do, let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon. Peace.